Is Israel lying about reporting casualties? Welcome everyone to this week's news analysis from Africa Social Intellect Global Weekly Impact. Today, we're diving into a critical question. Israel versus Iran. Who's controlling the narrative in a deepening crisis? The Israel-Iran war is not only unfolding as a humanitarian and geopolitical crisis, it has also become a war of information. With rising censorship, conflicting death tolls, and growing international scrutiny, a central question looms. Who is telling the truth? And who is manipulating it? Casualties and contradictions. Initial reports from June 13, 2024, the first day of hostilities, cited 22 Israelis killed and over 600 wounded, while Iranian sources claimed 229 dead and more than 700 injured on their side. Fast forward today, Iran now reports over 600 dead and 1,220 wounded due to relentless Israeli airstrikes. However, recent developments inside Israel are raising eyebrows. Despite its advanced Iron Dome defense system, Iran has reportedly struck deep into Israeli territory, hitting high-value targets and residential areas alike. This has sparked a wave of public anger and fear, with growing criticism of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's decision to launch preemptive strikes on Iran. Israeli cities and sites have been deeply affected. Despite attempts to manage the narrative, the extent of damage in Israel has begun to surface through independent reports and citizen journalism. Here are the major locations hit: Tel Aviv. Strikes damaged the Israeli Stock Exchange and nearby high-rise apartments. At least 8 were killed and hundreds were injured. The United States Embassy was also impacted by a missile shockwave. In Beersheba, the Soroka Medical Center was severely damaged by a missile strike, injuring at least 71. Patients had been evacuated shortly beforehand. In Bat Yam, Iranian missiles leveled over 60 residential buildings, killing 9 civilians, including children, and injuring more than 200. Rehovot saw the Weizmann Institute of Science suffer significant damage to research labs, sparking alarm in the academic and defense research sectors. Haifa experienced strikes in civilian and industrial zones, contributing to widespread panic and mass evacuations. Ramat Gan faced explosions that damaged residential buildings, displaced hundreds, and left dozens injured. Despite all these events, Israeli media coverage has been noticeably limited, with only sanitized or government-approved narratives reaching the public. Media blackouts and censorship have become a significant issue. Since day 3 of the war, international media, including CNN, and have reportedly faced restrictions in covering sensitive areas, particularly around military installations and intelligence sites. Analysts suggest that this move by Israeli authorities is designed to control the public's perception of the war's true cost. Critics argue that this censorship creates an opaque information environment and may be intended to mask the actual scale of destruction within Israel. This suppression raises ethical concerns over press freedom, transparency, and the democratic responsibility of governments in times of conflict. Public confidence in Prime Minister Netanyahu has plummeted. Major Israeli cities are seeing civilian flight, protests, and growing calls for an end to the war. On social media, Israelis are demanding accountability for what many see as a reckless war based on overestimated military superiority. Meanwhile, international opinion, particularly in the United States, is increasingly hostile to Israeli actions. Critics have labeled the conflict a barbaric campaign, and there is mounting pressure on Washington to withhold further support. Rumors of possible US military involvement are also circulating, but experts warn this would be a grave mistake. Escalation could draw in Hezbollah, Syria, and even Russia, igniting a multi-front conflict with the potential to spiral into World War III. This war is not just fought with missiles, it's fought through headlines, censored footage, and distorted casualty counts. While Israel claims strategic control and minimize losses, growing evidence suggests that the damage inside the country is far worse than reported. At the same time, Iran may be leveraging its own suffering to generate global sympathy and diplomatic support. In this chaotic media environment, truth itself becomes a casualty. One thing remains certain: public trust in both governments is eroding. With every censored report and every unverified statistic, the world is left asking the most critical question of all: who, indeed, is fooling who? This is Africa Social Intellect, your premier destination for thought-provoking discussions and insightful perspectives on the vibrant and diverse African community and beyond. Our dedication extends beyond conversations. In recognizing the importance of security, we provide essential information to help safeguard vulnerable nations, From navigating local challenges to assisting these vulnerable nations against imperialistic threats, we stand as a beacon of awareness and resilience. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe, comment, and share our news. If you're watching on Facebook or another platform, follow us and share this reliable news source. We hope you enjoy the news, and thank you for watching, and see you next time.